Hi class, I wanted to give you some video feedback. I'm going to look at this as if I'm a first time site visitor. I'm not, but I'm going to go through the functionality and layout and give you some tips on what you will need to do for your week 4 revision. And you will implement these. You'll duplicate your site and implement the feedback for that. All right. Okay, let's jump right in. Good job. The logo is in the header, which is super important. Let's see if this button works. It does, but it's not going to the right menu. So we'll need to double check that. Perhaps there's another one, and that page just needs to be removed. I believe it's going there. All right, so take some time. The menu does take the most amount of time, so you want to make sure you spend time fixing that and entering that content. Do link up your social icons. Do make this column wider so that this will come up on that line and not have a line break. I recommend making this font the blue color of the client's brand. We want to eliminate the reservations because it's a food truck. It does not have a brick and mortar, all right? The contact will always go last, and it needs to have a form. The easiest thing to do is to create a new page and select a basic contact template page with a form, and then delete this link. It's okay to have this at the bottom, but you don't need to link to it. You need a page that's going to have a little more for you. Okay, so we're skipping this story. That would need to be linked up in here. Again, if you want, you could remove this and copy that content over to a new page, create a new page, and that would end up in your navigation. Okay, so the reservations. Yeah, probably just take that out, rename it locations, and then you should have an anchor bar, a line up here, and you want to link that to land right about there. And so when you select this, you're going to rename it and link it right here to this bar, right? And yeah, you'll have to add that. And the menu items. Remember, your contact's going to go last. All right, so let's see about this link. Okay, so enter all that and make sure you got everything that you actually need in your navigation and nothing you don't. All right, well, let's move on to the next one. Landing page here looks great, but let's make sure we have the logo in the header. The reason we do that is because it will show up on every page. Select and delete that. Good job, contact last. Easy to read, contrast is good. Left align paragraph text, if you want to cut this down, you can. Good job, contrast is good. Okay, good. Probably could bold the headings so that they stand apart a little bit. A little space there, remember. Okay, we don't need this because we're just going here, all right? And remember, we want to check that out. You want to take this out, placeholder text, and you need to put that story here. This can come off and just be on your contact page. So let's remove this. You can add a new contact page so we don't have any of this, and make sure you have a form. You want to fill out the menu, but you have that on your home page, if I remember. So what you need to do is delete that page. If you have it all on your home page, then, well, don't delete it. You need to relink this to your home page so that when we select this, it lands right here. Okay. In your navigation, in your Wix pages and menu, you might be able to drag this underneath home. What you want to do is create an anchor so that we have an anchor across here that links to this instead of to this. And probably just delete this page if you can. You may be able to add a new anchor up here and delete this. Okay. Same thing here. You have everything. This is the thing about scrolling home pages. All right. So what you want to do, because you've put your content on your home page, you're not using these. These are still template. That's linking to these template pages. So because you've already put your content on your home page, we have to have a navigation that links to those strips. The alternative is to go in and make these corrections by putting the content on these pages, moving the content over. So it depends on how much work you've put into your home page. So here's how you fix it without migrating it, content. So you're going to go here to your site pages and menu. You're going to be on site menu, select the home page, come down here, add a menu item, select anchor, and it's going to ask you what you want. You're going to choose section. Section, strip are the same thing. And it's going to be which page? Well, everything that is on all your content's on your home page. So that's where all your anchors are going to be. So right now it has the welcome on that page, and maybe it has another section, our story, and things like that. And you could figure out, if those are there in the right place and just rename these. But what we're going to do is, instead of adding a new section, we're going to add an anchor, and we're going to name that. It's going to be our new menu. We're going to call it, just to be clear, menu 2, but it's the one you want. And you see that the anchor has been removed. Now you also see that it's come up here. This is anchor 1. Go back to pages and menu, come here, let's rename it to whatever the title is of our page or our strip, and name it menu 2. Whoops. There. All right, so now if we look up here, we have menu 2. This, in your template or in your site, this is just template. It's not necessary. Okay, but this one now is going to be attached to that strip. If you move it to the top of the strip, let's say it's right here where you've placed your menu, then that's where it's going to land, wherever you have that anchor landing. Now the first thing you want to do is get rid of these things you're not using. Ideally, you would have come in and gotten rid of apps that you don't need, but like the members area and things like that, or catering or anything. But you would have put content in some of these. But really, when it's got an online order and reservations for the food truck, we don't need those. So you're going to come in here and you're going to delete the restaurant app. And that's going to remove a lot of those. The cart and thank you can either select this and delete it, select that and delete it. But you can use your Instagram feed if you like. But yeah, you can get rid of a lot of these things. The restaurant pages has all of those things that you don't need. Okay? You don't have table reservations. Right? So that's to set up your menu based on the template you chose. All right? Okay, so hopefully, and of course you're going to make sure these link to the right anchors and things and pages. Okay, good luck. Not too bad to fix, and you're on your way. And to create a new page, you're going to go Pages and Menu, add a page, look at your contact page here, choose something basic, the basic, and it should have a form with it, all right? Okay. All right, you do want to remove any placeholder images though, okay? All right, so that's what needs to happen with that particular site, Suzette. Kevin, let's take a look here. Just as I showed Suzette how to remove this reservation page, you want to get rid of those, all right? Because this is a food truck and we don't have indoor seating. So anyone who has those images needs to remove them. Update the copyright date down here and add the disclaimer paragraph that comes with one of your assignments, and remove this. You want to link up to the site that these are provided for your client, your fictitious client. This will go away. It gets confusing when people try and use this because they'll try and enter their content here. So just delete that. Menu, you need to spend time on that. Change this image. You've started here, which is good. Food truck, yes. Glassware, but the rest is good. We remove the catering. Okay. You have this that is part of your story. And you have this, maybe you can put that somewhere else, or you can change the name of this and change this. This you can't use, it has glassware, but I haven't read through this, but you might be able to use that. Once we have more than a few lines, it becomes paragraph text, and you want to left align that. Great job keeping it pretty much the same number of rows, that's good. And you want to get rid of that because there's no catering. So hopefully some of that disappears. You'll need something that says locations. Yeah. So the first thing you want to do is streamline a lot of that by removing those unnecessary pages. Okay. Delete these. Put the logo in the header. You can take this image out. It's probably going to make it difficult to read your navigation. So you do want to work on that. There is this particular, if you find yourself in a kind of painting yourself into a corner, the cupcake template is actually pretty easy to use. Just type in Wix cupcake template if you want. It's very straightforward. Okay, if you want to do that, it's not as complicated as some others. All right, although there are some things you might want to remove for sure. Okay, so Heather, this needs to be at least an inch. That is the logo itself, and we want to put tacos here, Real Deal Tacos. We've got 2 blog pages, so that has to be deleted. This has to be deleted. This has to be deleted. We don't want to crop company logo, and this is not complete. I'm not sure. This seems to be the home page. So rename that home and put it over here. Actually, you would have to complete that. This is your locations. Rename that locations page. And you would need to have the copyright date. You need to have the social icons that link to the fictitious client. And you need to have the copyright in the disclaimer. So I said the date, but you need the disclaimer also. Okay. All right. So this one, I would say several hours left to set that aside. All right. And again, I would try Wix. For you, I know you're working in WordPress, but I think you would find it much easier to work in Wix like that. It's pretty simple. I don't use these very much, but there's a video that would be beneficial for you to watch. That's what the assignment. And this is your site design. There's only a few icons that you really even use. Okay, so page background, that's how you would remove anything in the back. I make it white. That disappears. I can apply it to all other pages. Now I'm all white here. And then you can upload your images that are with the client folder, those taco images. Put the taco logo up here, Real Deal Taco, and replace these. Okay. Manage media, these are the images, but you want to upload your own image that you hopefully have a folder now for Real Deal Taco. I don't really want you using media from Wix. Okay, so I'm just showing you, but that's not what you're going to use. You even have AI images, which, I'm not sure how great that is. It's in beta right now. All right, everybody. These are, go ahead and duplicate your sites and then make your revisions. Okay. And Heather, it's going to be important when you get to web design next year that I think that you're using Wix, because unless you want to, find a way to send me your mobile, we have been using Wix for that, and you're going to begin this week for your week 3 project will be a website that is for you, okay? And then you'll make the revisions on your Real Deal Taco for week 4, okay? But you will bring this week's, your professional site, into web design next year. So I do want you to be able to access that, and for the past several years, Wix has been really good about holding on to all your content, and it's free, and you can access it again next year. It'll be there for you to complete. All right, everybody. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. If you need to have a one-on-one, please arrange it with me, because next Friday is too late. Right? Okay, everybody. Have a good afternoon.